stock that we are talking, in fact, since yesterday, Nazara Tech on the back of the fact that there is fresh investment, which seemed a little counterintuitive after all that news that is coming in the past couple of months and weeks, and that is by the way of GST collection and how it's going to hammer down prospects for a lot of gaming platforms. So that investment, I don't know where it stems from, but I'm sure it stems from strong fundamentals to begin with.
So as I see it, and I think Gaurang would be able to weigh in, with greater details on the sector. But as I see it, I think, all of us, including us, we've also been guilty of sort of, writing down or underwriting the e-gaming sort of, online gaming sector completely by way of the clarification that came on GST norms. So I think there were very early obituary writers that the gaming sector, online gaming sector, is going to collapse and is never going to rise back because of this sort of 28% tax on face value. But I think what the Kamath brothers, Nitin Kamath and Nikhil Kamath, who have sort of taken that call to invest about 100 crore rupees in Nazara Tech, I think the confidence is stemming more from a future where they see more and more youngsters taking on to gaming and the gaming industry overall ballooning into a much larger industry than what we know of it today. So I think the investment decision stems from that. And after hitting lower circuit after lower circuit, when the GST news on online gaming had marred all gaming stocks, including Nazara Tech, I think last week's closing price of about 714 rupees and a 10% premium on that is the basis on which the deal between the Zerodha founders Nikhil and Nitin Kamath as well as Nazara Tech has been closed. And it seems to be perhaps, a bet towards the future where there are going to be more inflow of gamers into online gaming, and therein lies the growth of Nazara Tech. But that's how I see it. I think Gaurang would be able to explain this better.
Gaurang, the fact that Zerodha has invested in Nazara, I think, is a testimony to the fact that you cannot write off India's online gaming industry. What are the prospects of online gaming? How bullish are you on the online gaming stocks?
Well, Shweta, so this is not a company-specific comment because we don't have a coverage on Nazara Tech, but just to answer your question and on the sector, and it's really, interesting and fascinating to see a large investor coming at 10% premium and buying a decent amount of stake in a particular gaming platform company. And if I'm not mistaken, and if my what I read and reports are right, then India is possibly the second or the third largest country in terms of online gaming. Even offline gaming, if you go to see, is really huge. We have a listed entity as far as offline gaming is also concerned. Now, coming to this online gaming, and like Kartik was mentioning, I think the GST, ruling came in as a rude shock for a lot of players. And we had the reaction also on the respective counters. So first of all, I think let's hope that the government is absolutely clear in terms of what the policy is and what are the kind of taxes that will be attracted as far as online and offline gaming are concerned. Given the 35% plus young population in India with the age of somewhere below 30 and closer to 28, and the attraction of the millennials towards this kind of platform, I think it's going to be a major game changer. And I was reading a couple of other reports also. In the next possibly 3 to 5 years, Shweta, I think India could become one of the largest, users in terms of online gaming. With a caveat that there should be proper rules, regulation, and whatever direct and indirect taxes which are payable by this sector to the government should be absolutely crystal clear. And there should be regulation also at the same time.
And I think add to that, Gaurang, I would also, take one step further and say that these rules also need to be cast in stone at least for a period of, let's say, 5 to 8 years, and should not be subject to change every year or so. Right? I mean, every GST meeting cannot have rates across the board changing.